Hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Delta V Rings of Saturn. So, it also occurs to me, we are starting to save up a little bit of a kitty there. I shouldn't brush over the whole nuclear reactor melting down problem. So maybe we have a look into that, hey? So what have we got? Auxiliary power systems. These are just generators, right? Produces electricity, consumes heat. Computer damage will disrupt production. Big furnace generator. Stores electricity. Okay. What do we reckon happened? Produces electricity, constantly consumes small quantities of propellant. Okay. Amount of produced electricity varies with reactor temperature. Well, it wasn't the production, it was the problem. Provides and stores heat for your reaction control systems and main propulsion. Main propulsion of your spacecraft consumes propellant, heat, and electricity. So we don't have any cooling systems or anything like that. It's hard for me, to understand the telemetry of what was actually happening. Reactor temperature. Power balance. Like, I don't really want to have that happen again if I can help it, Mining laser. Right, let's see what it does in the simulation. So the reactor temperature drops right off when it draws power. Alright. And it's almost like a digital signal, which makes sense, right? Because it doesn't really have power settings, it has stop and go. But all things considered, can I force this simulation at all or not? I mean, it's not really telling me anything, is it? Total ship mass. Oh, that's interesting. When it holds the rock, that counts as ship mass. Power draw. Ultra capacitor's got... Alright, so hang on. 10 megawatts. 160 megawatts. And our output's 120, right? So... our current power generation can't keep up with it straight away. Plus 30. Plus or minus 180 megawatts. Right, so there's a huge error margin? Oh, right, that's approximate. Plus 120. Okay, right. So, as best as I can understand, at a cursory look, not being a bloody, a nuclear frigging turbine engineer. Well, I mean, in another lifetime, I suppose. As best as I can understand, it essentially is sending a digital draw, which makes sense, is off and on, and there's just no nuance to it. And when it does draw, it seems that the amount that it draws is higher than the generation. This isn't really telling me much at all. So I'm going to have to observe the systems while underway. But especially this power draw, power supply. Okay, hang on, you can see 190. Power balance. Power balance is its is profit, basically. Ultra capacitor's not being touched. Reactor temperature's not really moving, it's steady. Alright, well, okay, I'm pretty sure all of this info is part of my feed for heads-up display, I believe. Yeah. So now that I've taken time to have a bit of a look at it, I think we'll go a bit better. Alright, let's jump in. Let's go shallow. Geez, that's a bit of drift, isn't it? It's gonna be a bit of a trip out to my station. Well, my station. The station of which I hang around. Reactor temperature. So, I mean, it's sitting pretty at 3,500 Kelvin. Habitat. Let's go. Transit reserve transit time. Please don't. Yeah, okay. Oh god, hang on. Are we going to be able to scoot past that? Alright, fine. We'll take it with you. It's like having a kid that grabs everything on the shelves as you go past. Total ship mass. Interesting that reads yellow. Power draw, power... Alright, so we'll try and keep an eye on this. Reactor temperature... Spiked, actually. The travel seemed to spike at a couple 100k. That's okay, though. That's... Yeah, okay, cool, right. So it cools a fair bit when you blow out. But then it compensates. It revs up. In fact, you could kind of hear it revving. I'm sorry, mate, I don't have a thingo. Total ship mass. That's because it's grabbed this thing. Alright, so I really damaged my thrusters then. That's great. Good work, Scarlet. Could you please put down the heavy rock? Thank you. Alright, let's get rid of him. Zealous drone. Is it changing my drone each time, is it? Mate, we're going ballistic here. Yeah, okay. It's interesting watching the reactor behave. Okay, so the temperature's spiking there. Shit. Okay. Cool. Bit to learn. Bit to learn. I'll scoop that. That's cool, I can use this to... See, I'm sort of heading for this Vandium or whatever you want to call it. Using the autopilot to drift. Sort of trying to manually match it. Oh, look at that, we are struggling. Oh, I guess it's because I've got the weight on the end, yeah. Swinging it around like a wrecking ball. Come on. Oh, I thought I was just going to scoop that. Yeah, okay, I'm getting better at it. It's going to cost me a lot of propellant to do these sort of maneuvers, but I like this. So what I'm essentially trying to do, God, it might be hard to describe, is if I'm en route to something, like I'm heading in that direction, maybe, there you go, maybe we want to catch this beryllium, but what I'll do is I will anticipate it, I will try and anticipate the trajectory on this. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of matching this remotely. See if we can catch this beryllium on the way past. No. Oh wow, that went flying. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Scarlett's struggling with his words, but... I'm struggling to fit anything in my mouth. Can I? No, I think we're full. We're very full. Okay, that's fine. Enchilada Prime. Let's get out of here. Oh, yeah? Might be able to do this. Oh, that little proximity there. Oh, I think once that clears, we'll be alright. What are we looking at? 120,000 haul? Listen to the beeping in fast forward. All right. Promising. Oh, yummy. All right, let's see. Cargo bay. 348,000 on trade-in. Let's go. The Rosatom Anthoff mineral processing unit uses reactor heat to sublimate water content out of a large cargo volume so that mineral contents can be collected and stored. Well, I might need a matching bloody storage for it. Evaporated water is collected via a cryo ring and can be reprocessed into propellant. The MPU boasts minimal power consumption and excellent processing reach, but the heating process is inefficient and much of the cargo and water is lost during processing. So this might be the next big step to longer dives, right? I've been struggling to, make that half an hour thing, that shoe fit. And then if we have a look at things like this, we can get dedicated storage. THI, Titan Heavy Industries cargo container, are fully autonomous storage pods that can relay processed minerals from a mining site. When the cradle is powered down, the pod will return to the designated station. These require on-site mineral processing units to utilize. The equipment purchase of the cargo cradle comes with a lease covering the resupply of new pods for as long as the owner holds the license. Station controls warn that retrofit with certain RCS configurations may risk overheating the cargo container's micro-reactor. I don't even know what that means. So there's another 15,000 kilos of processed mineral weight. So you can see it measures it in kilograms as opposed to cubic meters. Is that how we normally measure our storage? Because it's processing capacity, mass, remass. I mean, it says the hold there. We've got the mining companion, but how helpful is he really? I might give this... See now, mono cargo container, 90,000 kilos, which is intense, but it's a single ore type. Focuses on the collection of only one mineral type. These require on-site mineral processing. Yeah. That's wild. That's ridiculous storage capacity. I might just try this, just to see. Alright, so we've got our arm, which is sort of maybe helpful. We want to work our way up to like haul drones and tug drones and all that sort of crap. And in order to do that, I want this reconnaissance camera. And I also want the higher autopilot. I kind of want them first, I think. 150, they're pretty much 150 grand a pop. 200 grand for that one as well. Okay. Alright, but the important thing is that we have the internal processor now, which is nuts. Okay, let's just replace this full cloth. Our insurance is really running down. Let's see if we can keep things in the 80%. We'll call 80% our threshold for the moment. Geez, how much have we drifted? Oh, this is actually great. So if I want to aim there specifically, oh no, it's not really going to cost me much, is it? Huh. I guess because we're in orbit and we're potentially... Because we're in the... Yeah, alright, this is an asteroid ring. I haven't really thought about it, the mechanics of it. So the longer we play this game, the further... Like, those landmarks aren't going to be static. They're not necessarily going to be synced up to the same orbital bloody velocity as our spaceship, as our space station, or whatever you want to call it, right? That's so interesting, isn't it? So eventually these locations will become... Like, it's not like... We are, like, the asteroids in the ringroids, whatever they call them, they're still orbiting at a certain... like, they're still in orbit. But yeah, they'll be out, they won't be in synchronous orbit with what we've got. So eventually, they're going to outpace each other. Relative, like they'll have a relative rotation, and that's why we're seeing these. When we see this view, we're seeing the habitat and the moonlet drift further up, and we're drifting further down, and that difference is only going to get more exaggerated, I think. Yeah. Groovy. Alright, let's re-update our coords. There we go. Let's just see if anyone's... Just the habitat. We can mark as friendly. Yeah, they might have something to say. I do have a mineral processor on the ship. But I'm gonna just say sorry for now, because I need to figure out what I'm doing. What are they doing with this one? Let me help, eh? Yeah, okay, so see the power draw, power supply. Yeah, I mean, it's yellow lining, if that were even a term. So I guess that's the processor working away, burning out the water. Oh, Jesus. Sounds like a toilet flush. Uh-oh. In you go. Now, I do miss my density LiDAR. I'm almost tempted to switch back to it for a little bit. Really struggling to get these things in my mouth. Everything's just getting jammed up in the front door. So, oh my god. Oh no, that's the grinding sound. I don't think I can do much about that. So, these red bips, if I turn that up, yeah, it doesn't change them detecting the little presence. All that does is changes what we pick up, which I'm not picky about at the moment. But I guess I could turn it off and hypothetically only show things unmarked. Oh right, so that's probably so I can grab asteroids. Mate, at a certain point, I'm just gonna let this shit fall out of my mouth. That's better. Processed cargo. Estimated space left. Equipment. Okay. It's a bit weird, but okay. Alright, at least we managed to clear the esophagus. Everything's calmed down a bit. Might as well scoop that. Yeah, controlling it without baffles, I've become a little bit accustomed to them, you know? Oh, bugger. So, does it need a certain weight, a certain minimum weight before it will start processing? I wonder. So this is plus 500 kilos. I wonder if that's the... Is that the storage? Come on. Process cargo. Oh yeah, look, it's still processing it, I think. Just isn't being noisy anymore. Transit reserve is ticking down. I don't know what that's about. It's mass related, surely, right? Alright, well what if we activate this mining container? Process cargo. Return to Enchiladas. Acknowledged? Alright. I think that's done it. I'm still getting this transit reserve red line, which is troubling. I don't know what to make of that. Alright, well, hey, you know what? The first time, we might actually pause mid-dive. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Why are we in the yellow now? I wonder. Alright, cool. Let me know what you reckon, team. Might just leave it there for the time being and I'll catch you guys on the next one.